Hi guys and welcome back to Football Manager 2017 as Chelsea. So fixture already happening there on Friday, as you can see in the Premier League. Manchester United through Herrera and Ibrahimovic get a 2-0 victory at Old Trafford over Arsenal. Moving on to the Saturday, and City go down at the Etihad against Spurs 2-0. Kane and Eriksen with the goals. Then there's a couple of riff-raff games we don't really care about. And now we'll be taking on Watford before Liverpool travel to West Brom, who are bottom of the table, tomorrow. Without further ado, let's do that right now and take on Watford. Pretty much nothing to say about the injuries or anything like that. Pretty comfortable with just diving right in here with the same squad. Nobody coming back from injury or anything. So it's Courtois, Luiz, Ake, Cahill, Moses, Azpilicueta, Chalobah, Kante, Willian, Hazard and Batshuayi again. Batshuayi, who incidentally really needs to prove that he can play in this system, or he'll be off-ski come next summer. We've no room for anybody who can't fit this system. This is the system we are going to play here at Chelsea. You need to fit into it or you need to leave. We're kind of slow to start these days. You know, we had to come back from 2-0 against Spurs last episode. We're 0-0 at half-time against Stoke before eventually winning that 3-0. So we really need to up our intensity at the start of games, I think. A scrappy game here. Chalobah not going in the book, just getting a warning. Gomez to take this kick long. Niang chasing two Chelsea defenders, get it away though. Batshuayi will pick it up, plays it out wide to Hazard. Nice ball. Hazard to Kante, has a bit of support. Out wide to Moses. Got Willian with him, he gives it to Willian now, can run at the defenders, two tracking back. Forced very wide, can go back to Moses, he does indeed. Moses now. Chalobah, nice touch, hits it, oofed! Oofed. What a hit by Chalobah. Second of the season, on the half volley, bang into the corner of the net. 1-0 to Chelsea. Moses with a lovely challenge on Berami there. Batshuayi to Hazard. Kante running through the middle. It's out wide to Willian. Lovely touch beyond the defender. Shoots. It's well over the bar. He's got to drive that low across the goalkeeper or square it. It's not a shooting opportunity. Certainly not the way that he took it there. Willian now to Kante. Pokes it out wide to Moses. Out wide to Azpilicueta. Got an overlap there. Hazard. Back to Azpilicueta. Crowded out a little bit now. Yeah, has to go back to Cahill. Good pressing. Good congestion there from Watford. Chalobah holds it up. Plays it out wide to Moses. Got an opportunity now to play it to Willian. He holds it up but loses it ultimately. Troy Deeney picking it up now. Watford with a chance to break. And then there's that. So, coming into half time. Oh, no. Chance. Hazard swings it in. Luiz can't win the header. Batshuayi helps it on. Gary Cahill now back to goal. Out wide to Moses. Can they load up the box here? Moses in and turn goalward. It's in. It's Batshuayi with his third goal. Brilliant. Absolutely. Well, third goal of the season, not third goal of the game. Brilliant by Batshuayi. 16 shots to their 4 at half time. And Batshuayi's reward for that will be to be replaced by young Ugbo. And I'm also going to bring on Enya there. 2-0, I don't expect them to come back from that. I'll calmly tell the boys to concentrate here. Last thing we would need is to screw it up from a comfortable position, but I do want the two young lads here to get trained in big game situations here at the bridge. As Deeney knocks it down, but Kante will pinch it. Ake hits it forward to Chalobah, and now Kante. Out wide for Azpilicueta, who finds Hazard. Hazard now beats one. Azpilicueta, Chalobah. Round the corner, Kante nods it on to Ugbo, back to Chalobah. Great ball to Willian, acres of space, good save Gomez. Again, Willian has to go across the goalkeeper, but Nonetheless, a decent stop from Gomez. Hazard's corner, headed away. I don't expect it to come to much now. We're going to bring on Zuma for Ake so he can build up his fitness. Zuma can be a good long-term player in at the back there. He needs to improve his passing a little bit. Oof, what was that? Cross by Hazard. Cleverly heads it away and then can chase down his own header. Oh, but loses out to Willian, but does pinch it back. Good play from Cleverly. Watson. Deeney, Cleverly. Watson. Deeney, playing between the three of them there. Deeney's got Cleverly again, who's got Watson again. Lovely flick to Barami. Lovely move. Niang to square, and it's turned in by Deeney. Aggressively tell him to tighten up. That was a sensational goal by bloody Watford there, and we cannot be having that leading to anything here. They do not get a point. They do not get back into it. They do not get a chance. Chalobah in the book though. Just getting ready to contain for the last couple of minutes. Jesus, here they come. Cleverly. Do not dare let them get a point. Deeney loses it to Willian. Come on, get forward. Chalobah. Willian. Come on, Willian. Forward to Ugbo there, who's running wide into the channel. Loses it though. Fuck. Forward to Deeney. Troy Deeney. Good challenge, Chalobah. Lovely play. Enya finds Kante. Kante should hit to Ugbo. He does. It's a good ball. Ugbo traps it. Holds it up. Back to Chalobah. Forward for Willian, but Cleverly gets it. Watson now. I'm concerned. I'm concerned they're going to bloody equalise. Over the top for Deeney. Good on the chest by Louise. Back to Courtois. He launches it. Ugbo nods it down to Willian. Good play into Chalobah. Kante's got space now. Finds him. Kante galloping forward. Plays it to Hazard now. Hazard has a shot. Yes! 3-1. A lovely finish from Hazard. Exactly what we needed. I was seriously panicking there. I thought 2-2 was coming. But it's a good win again for Chelsea. 3-1. Willian finds Kante. I don't suspect there'll be anything doing here. Hazard run wide. Puts it in. It's going to come to Willian. Off, and it's a horrible miss kick. It's cleared away. 3-1 to Chelsea. Well done. Not going to get too passionate about it. Wasn't exactly a sensational victory, but it was good enough. So Liverpool playing tomorrow. Next weekend we are at the Bridge again against Southampton. Before we have a away day at Anfield. Excuse me. I would not expect to lose to a rather average side at Anfield. Liverpool win 2-0, Coutinho getting both goals. There would be a decent signing for us. Okay. This is fine. What about the England scouting update? Anybody interesting? Aguero? Yeah, Aguero and Sanchez. Yeah, sure, let's go get them. Sanchez would be a funny one to get, I think. He's somebody I've never actually pinched for another side. He always seems to stay at Arsenal. Alexis Sanchez. Could be an interesting move to get him and see how he does for us. I always like picking up players for teams that don't usually get them in the game. I did have Coutinho at Manchester United actually in another sort of game I was just playing in my own time. I didn't buy him directly from Liverpool actually, Coutinho. He went to Real Madrid and then I managed to pick him up for Man United. But he was a great player, playing just in behind the striker. I think Hazard will ultimately be playing either out on the left or in the middle in behind the striker. And he needs a partner. He needs somebody on the right or a partner in the middle. I mean... Excuse me again, my goodness, can't stop yawning. So either someone on the right or someone in the middle, because I think Pedro's decent, Willian's decent, but none of them are right up there at that top level. Arsenal beating Stoke, which is a darn shame. 2 penalties for Arsenal as well, as Cazorla gets a hat-trick. Expect them to beat them though at home. Liverpool with a 1-0 win at Burnley, sadly, and City managing to beat Watford there. So that's a bit of a shame for us. When are United playing? United are at home to Spurs tomorrow. That is interesting. We'll see what goes on there. It'd be nice if United can beat Spurs. Let us move even further ahead at the top of the table. Willian unfortunately suspended for this one, but Pedro can just come back in. I suppose Alonso can take the spot on the bench. And it'll be the same lineup once again as we host Southampton this time. That 4-point gap over Tottenham is still in effect. We're only 3 clear of Liverpool just now, but we do have that wonderful game in hand there. Yep, carry straight on for where you left off, beating up on Watford. Let's go do this. Let's go win the game. Apologies for squeaky chair if you can hear that. Azpilicueta away. Man United, an early 2-goal lead against Spurs, which is exactly what we wanted. Pedro to Cahill. Cahill helps it on to Moses. Moses flicks it wide to Hazard. Not the most convincing pass, but he does get it. Hazard now driving at them. Plays it to Chalobah. Into Batshuayi. Tries to play in Pedro, but Matt Targett is alert to it. Foster's kick. Bit aimless. Cahill picks it up now. Venturing way too far forward. Gives it away to Boufal. Now Targett. He launches it, but again a bit aimless. Cahill finds Chalobah now. Chalobah out wide to Luiz. David Luiz. Good ball to Pedro. Moses on the overlap. Bit of an angle. Can he whip it? Moses. He does whip it. Batshuayi in off Fraser Forster. 1-0 at Chelsea. And if we look at the league table, we will be 6 clear of Liverpool, 7 clear of Tottenham Hotspur, 10 clear of Arsenal and Watford, 14 clear of Man City, and 15 clear of Man United. So we are going to be miles ahead, as Batshuayi is going to have to come off for Ugbo, unfortunately. Another injury. Foster finds Van Dijk, and Romeu and Davis playing out from the back. Southampton. Jordi Clasie finds Boufal. Cutting inside Boufal, losing to Chalobah. Good play. Hazard. Can we get a second here? Hazard taking them on. Plays it to Conte. Now Chalobah. Pedro hits it. Oh, it's off the post. I thought that was going to creep in for a second. Three 0 Zlatan. I dare say that might be Spurs' title hopes sunk. Chasing us with a 7-point gap is a pretty thankless task, considering we've only dropped 2 points all season. Pedro now to Matic, inside to Kante, onto Ugbo. Van Dijk wins it though. Victor Moses. Hazard. Not a great touch, but somehow breaks to Matic, who loses it to Boufal, loses to Hazard. Kante, Hazard. Onto Ugbo, holds it up. Plays it to Matic, not a great ball from him. Matic now, into Ugbo, holds it up. Pedro now. Trying to cut in, plays it to Hazard. Got an overlap, Azpilicueta now. Cuts back, Redmond clears. Will be picked up by Cahill though. Completely backs to the wall for Southampton now. David Luiz. We're probing here looking for that second that we really do need to avoid a sucker. Pedro. Ugbo. Into the box. Downed and a penalty. Well done by young Ugbo winning that there. Hazard still has to convert though. Foster possibly at fault for the first goal. Trying to make up for it now. Come on, Hazard. Right into the corner. He scores! Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. 9th goal of the season for Hazard. 50th goal for Chelsea apparently. And our run continues. Yep, I'm intent to agree with the commentary there. I think our run probably will continue on from here. Højbjerg coming on for Southampton. I think Moses will come off for either Moses for Enya or Zuma for Ake. Nah, we'll go... I don't know. I don't know how committed I am to my little project. Alright, we'll give 20 minutes to cut Zuma. As Loan gets a goal back for Spurs at Old Trafford. But it looks like both teams to score with a Manchester United victory. Zuma away, not a great header, but it will come to Cahill now. Forward to Hazard, we're looking for a third goal. Hazard to Ugbo, we are pretty free scoring actually. Matic, Conte, Hazard. Plays it in for Ugbo, who shins it into Fraser Foster's arms. He's an unconvincing striker, isn't he? The booking for Moses pretty much to round out the game. A 2-0 victory at home. Good to get that clean sheet and a comfortable win as well. Not being troubled. This is what it's going to look like if we're going to become champions. Which I do expect us to do. Kante now out wide to Hazard. Trying to play an Ugbo again. Can't quite get to it because he's offside. And that'll be the game. 2-0 to Chelsea. Or is he going to wait for him to kick? No, he's not going to wait for Fraser Foster to kick. 2-0 to Chelsea. Massive lead at the top now. 6 points clear of Liverpool, our closest challengers. We have only dropped 2 points all season. Batshuayi is out for 2 weeks, which is a bit of a disaster considering we have Bristol City in 3 days. But I'm sure we'll figure something out. And you will find out what we figure out in the next episode. So, as always, I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. If you would, pop down below and leave a like. That would be much appreciated. It helps, as I always say, more than you realise. And I'll see you next time for the cup game and the trip to Anfield.